Hey friends, happy summer. It's officially June, which means it's officially summer for the majority of kids around the United States. So happy June, and parents, I'll be saying a prayer that you make it through till fall. But going off of that, I realize this is a very busy time of year for people. Vacations, family reunions, camps, all the things. So I wanted to just kind of talk about my experience in the travel industry. I've gotten to stay a lot of amazing places in the last 3 years, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you, some of that knowledge, so that you know where you may want to stay the next time that you travel. So we're gonna do all kinds of travel. We're gonna do Disney travel, non-Disney travel. I'll talk about my Four Seasons partners, the Aspire program. Yeah, there's so much to share with you, and I thought I would just start breaking it down by hotels and resorts. I'll go off of one of the places I just recently stayed in April, which was the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort. This is part of the Marriott family. So on Walt Disney World property, you've got the Walt Disney World Swan, then you have the Walt Disney World Dolphin, and then you have the Swan Reserve, which is the newest hotel and resort to join the campus that Marriott has on site. So that means, yes, when you stay at the Walt Disney World Swan, Dolphin, or Swan Reserve, you are actually staying on Disney property. So that's a great benefit for those of you that love Marriott's, love the heavenly sleep beds and mattresses. You get all of those things while staying on property. You also get to stay at a deluxe resort. So the Swan Dolphin and the Swan Reserve are considered deluxe resorts, so Disney Deluxe Resorts. So that means a couple things. Number one, it means you've got amazing transportation. So you don't just take a bus to all the places, you also have the friendship boats. So let's talk about the friendship boats. Probably one of my favorite ways to travel to the parks other than the monorail. Everybody loves the monorail, who doesn't? But the friendship boats are great. They're very relaxing. There's lots of space. You don't have to fold up your strollers, moms and dads. Yeah, so the friendship boats that are on Crescent Lake, which is going to be the Hollywood Studios Epcot area resorts. The best thing about that is that you're gonna be in the circle, in the loop with Boardwalk and Yacht and Beach Club. So that really opens up a lot of dining and entertainment options for you and your family. But my favorite thing about the friendship boats is that you get to take them not only to International Gateway, which is the back entrance of Epcot, you also get to take them to Hollywood Studios. That's just like a huge perk by itself. There are a lot of resorts that have great transportation. The majority of transportation for Walt Disney World properties is going to be the bus, because let's just face it, you're not going to take anything other than a bus or a minivan by Lyft to Animal Kingdom. So just know, like, if you're staying at Magic Kingdom or you're staying on the monorail loop, you still have to take a bus to not only Animal Kingdom, but you also have to take a bus to Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios and Epcot, or you can take the monorail to Epcot. But for Hollywood Studios, you would still have to take the bus. With Swan and Dolphin and the resorts in the Epcot, Hollywood Studios area, you get the friendship boats. So that's a huge perk, and it's a lot of fun for kids. Kids love being a part of the boats. I know my kids love the friendship boats. But yeah, so transportation is huge. Also, you can walk to International Gateway, and you can also walk to Hollywood Studios from the Swan Dolphin and Swan Reserve, just like you can from the Boardwalk or Yacht and Beach Club. So transportation is huge around Walt Disney World. While I love a Disney bus, sometimes you want to do something a little different. So those two main areas, the Magic Kingdom Loop and then Crescent Lake hotels, those are the two hot topic, hot priority, hot property places to stay. That's probably the two most popular requests I get, is either on the monorail loop or it's going to be in the Epcot resort area, which is going to be that Crescent Lake, Yacht and Beach, Boardwalk, Swan Dolphin, and Swan Reserve. So today we're going to talk about the Walt Disney World Dolphin, and then through this series I'll talk about each resort that I've ever stayed at, and just kind of showcase what we've got going on. So biggest thing about Swan Dolphin, Swan Reserve is that they're considered deluxe resorts. So not only do you get great transportation that we just talked about, you're also going to get great restaurants. So currently the Dolphin has a few sit-down table service restaurants, and my favorite one is Rosa's Mexicano. So let me tell you a little bit about Rosa's. Rosa's is obviously a Mexican themed restaurant, but also something that you may not know is that this is also the space in the mornings for breakfast that you can have a Disney buffet breakfast. And I'll get back to Rosa's breakfast buffet here in a minute, but it's great. It's fantastic. If you're not staying at the Dolphin, Swan Reserve, all of those, it's still a great place to go if you're staying in the Crescent Lake Epcot area, resort area. So Boardwalk, Friends, Yacht and Beach Club, this is a great spot. And you can walk over there or take the friendship boats. Another great place is Todd English Blue Zoo. They have the best scallops on their appetizer menu. They are just fantastic. My sister and I went, we ate there before we left on our Disney cruise, and it was fantastic. Great cocktails, wonderful cast members. So that's another great spot. I also just finished having our farewell dinner at Shula's Steakhouse, which was a high-end steakhouse that was on Disney property. It's inside of the Dolphin. However, one of the things that's pretty sad about it, as I said, farewell, is that it is going bye-bye, and the secret's already out, but there's a new steakhouse coming in, and we're super excited about it, and I will showcase it a little bit more after it opens. I'll be back in the area in July, and I cannot wait to tell you a little bit more about this new steakhouse. It's going to be fantastic. Everybody's super excited about it, and it's really going to elevate the Swan Dolphin and Swan Reserve just to a whole nother level by them bringing in this incredible chef and this incredible restaurant. Sorry, I gotta look at my notes. Also, let's just take a time out for the Heavenly Bed. Yeah, you're gonna want that on your Walt Disney World vacation, because your tootsies are gonna hurt, your feeties, your body, your kids, your head, your brain. It's gonna be so much, and it's gonna be a lot, and that's okay. And we prepare you for that, and you're gonna show up, and you're gonna be ahead of the game. But you need to rest. And one of the things that I love the most about staying at the Swan Reserve, the Swan and Dolphin, is the mattresses. Those Heavenly Beds at the Dolphin are fantastic, and you definitely feel like you're at a deluxe resort, a luxury resort when you get into that bed, because it's fantastic and it's exactly what your body needs to recover, whether that's you coming back from the parks midday when it's the hottest, or if you are going to bed at midnight after you just watched Happily Ever After or Luminous at Epcot or Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios. Regardless of when you get in that bed, it's fantastic all of the time. But I will say one thing that you may not know. So when you book the Swan Reserve or the Dolphin with me, because the agency that I am with is a luxury agency and we have partnerships across the globe, one of the wonderful things that we get to do for our clients is give them extra perks and amenities when they stay at certain properties. And the Marriott has a Stars Luminous program, and we are a part of that program. So when you stay at the Dolphin, I get to give you, for pretty much the same price as what you're already going to be paying, extra amenities and perks. And so let me tell you about the Luminous perks at the Dolphin. So this is going to include upgrade on arrival for no extra charge. So let's say you're paying for a traditional view, which is what I did when I was there in April for my birthday. We did just a standard king traditional view, really no view at all, is what we paid for. But when we checked in, we were given a theme park / fireworks view for no extra charge. So that means we got to sit on our back porch at night and watch the luminous fireworks from our balcony, which is just fantastic. So that's a huge perk. Another perk is going to be a lovely little welcome amenity when you show up, which is normally a wonderful letter from the GM or the manager, as well as from me, just saying thank you for traveling with me, as well as a little amenity, which at the Dolphin, they give you this piece of paper and you take it to Fuel, which is the coffee shop, and you can choose from all kinds of different things that you can take with you back to your room complimentary. So that can be some signature coffee, it can be some snacks, it can be a bottle of wine, Chardonnay, maybe a Cabernet, maybe some champagne. It just depends on, what you want. But there are so many options, and that's just another fun little thing that you get for no extra charge for booking with me and letting me spoil you. Another great thing that comes with the Luminous program is going to be early check-in and late checkout, which is great. And it's something that I love, just, providing my clients. When you're traveling to Walt Disney World, you got to be flexible with flight times and transportation and all those things, and when you're going to get there, when you need to leave, all those things. And we walk you through everything, and we tell you how to best organize your vacation so that you get the most out of it. But being able to check in early and being able to get into your room early is a huge perk. And then one of the final things that I love is that, and I told you we would come back to this, is that you get complimentary breakfast for 2 per room. So when we were there in April, we booked the Luminous package, and we had breakfast every single morning at Rosa's Mexicano, which was one of my favorite restaurants on Crescent Lake. But this is an Americanized breakfast. You're gonna have your Mickey waffles, you're gonna have eggs made your way. There's so many different options: avocado toast, bacon, sausage, breakfast potatoes, and then obviously you've got your pastries and stuff like that. So when you get like a complimentary breakfast, a lot of different places, sometimes it's just like, here's a croissant, or here's a muffin, or here's some Pop-Tarts. This is a full-on breakfast, and it is included in your stay every single morning of your stay. So that really helps in the long run, especially if you're going with a big group, because a lot of the dining plans don't work for off-property or non Disney resorts. So having a breakfast buffet every single morning, and you don't have to make reservations, you just get up and you go down and you eat, and then you go back to your room, you get your stuff, and you head to the parks. And being able to do that and having that complimentary and a part of your package price, for me, it makes all the difference in the world, because you're going to get something good. It's not just going to be, a baguette or whatever. It's full, hot, fresh made breakfast, and it's included in your stay. And I think, other than like your VIP status being applied to your room, so anytime you call, you are first priority. That's the Dolphin, and the pool is fantastic. There are 3 pools that you can visit when you stay. I love the Dolphin pool. It has fantastic waterfall. The Swan has a pool there, and then same with the Swan Reserve. And then you're obviously welcome to the amenities at each of the hotels, resorts on Marriott campus. But just being able to stay at the Dolphin and then also have those extra magic hours and also qualify for extended evening hours because you are at a deluxe resort. That means everybody else leaves and you get to stay. And that's because you are staying on property and you are at a Disney Deluxe Resort. So yeah, I'd love to talk to you more about the Dolphin if that's something that you want to do for your next vacation. I'd love to help you. And we can either book it with the Luminous package or we can do something different, but it's really a client-to-client situation with what works best for you and your travel party when you're ready to go. But today I just wanted to showcase the Dolphin a little bit. The restaurants are fantastic, great breakfasts, great dinners, great lobby bar, great coffee shop, fantastic rooms, wonderful beds. Yeah, so I don't think you will ever be disappointed when you stay at the Walt Disney World Dolphin. And I'm super excited because I'll be back at one of these resorts this summer, and I can't wait to showcase that. But today I wanted to say a little bit about Luminous and a little bit about the Walt Disney World Dolphin. It's one of my favorites, and it's in a fantastic location. You can't beat it. Yeah, so let's talk. If you are ready to talk Walt Disney World travel, holler at me. So I'm Caroline at GlassSlipperConcierge.com, and I'm super excited to talk to you about your next vacation. So holler at me, and I will see you guys later.